Hi and welcome back to Down the Shed. So on this episode we're going to be looking at my new toy. Not a toy. This one is actually definitely not a toy. This is 5.5 foot-pounds single shot. It is the Crosman 2240. So interesting things to come from them next year, I believe. And I base that on the fact that this says since 1923. So 2023 is a centennial year for them. So I'm expecting some special things to come out the door. And hopefully by then, we may even have managed to get some ties with them. So let's get this puppy out. Here we go, we're in. Right, okay, we're in. So here we are. Here's the guy itself. So let's use the old double barrel shotgun lighter. That's cool. Let's prop it up. Move this. Pops up on that. There we go. It's got a kind of lugery feel to it. I know it's not, and it's a bolt and not a, you know, but it's just the shape of it gives a lugery feel to it. So, what else do we get? Not a lot really. You'd think they give at least 1 or 2 CO cartridges with it. You should at least get a couple of these. Now this was £110. So we've got the owner's manual. Which doesn't do... Ah, there we go. So, what we got? A rather... Owner's manual is a rather large A3 sheet. It's got both pistol and rifle variants showing. Basic instructions, safety, sight adjustment, blah blah blah. Loading and unloading. So manual de utilisation. So we've got it again in a different language. It looks like French to be fair. So now you can go back in the box for now. I need to get myself a little safe for my pistols. So, single shot pellet pistol, CO2, Greenfields Gunmakers Limited, Salisbury, excellent gun makers, shotguns, FAC 22, whatever. Air pistol, make Crosman, 2240, .22 caliber, CO2, right hand, id, 7-inch barrel, 1 pound, 12 ounce in weight. It's got a 7-inch barrel, so obviously it's about 10-11 inches long. The new Crosman 2240 CO2 powered single shot air pistol, tough polymer moulded outer casing and grip, covers, blued 7-inch standard weight barrel with single shot bolt action system. The Crosman 2240 offers one of the highest powered .22 CO2 air pistols on the market, producing power of 5.5 foot-pounds. Please call for more information or visit www.greenfieldguns.com. So that was £110, but the nice people at Greenfields let me have an £8 packet of pellets with it. So technically 110 quid, but with a tin of my favourite or current favourite 2.2 pellets. So I tend to favour the Interceptor at the moment. Let's put that one here. There we go. So yeah, actually let's put that one over here. That's nearly empty or empty-ish, and that's 177. So the 177 versions have high impact. Their tins are 500, which is another good reason to buy everything in 177, because 2.2s are only tins of 250, being bigger. But yeah, I really rate these pellets at the moment. They seem to like, all my guns seem to like them. So here we are. So push for safe. So that's pushing that side. Push to fire. So the safe trigger is completely locked out. Push to fire, and you can pull the trigger, which is quite heavy. The seer will want. Actually, this is left or right-handed. Actually, it'd probably be easier to fire this left-handed with the bolt on that side. Otherwise, you've got to keep doing that on this side. So, yeah, push for safe and trigger's locked. So we'll put it on fire. There is no CO2 in it at the moment. So bolt, simply cock it, put your pellet in there, push it in. This is the valve for the air. Safety's off. Trigger. Ain't that bad a trigger. So is it anti-bear trap, or can we decock? So I'm going to pull that back, I'm going to pull the trigger, slide it forwards, and no, it isn't anti-bear trap. I don't understand why they call it that, to be fair, but yeah, it is nice if you've loaded a weapon, you've cocked the weapon, suddenly decide actually I don't want to fire, I'll pull that back, pull the trigger, gently release the spring, nothing fires off. Safety on. It actually pushes the trigger forwards. There we go, that pushes the trigger and locks it. There are some excellent aftermarket parts available for this weapon. Currently there's no option for other sights apart from, I have got a little one somewhere actually, which you can mount onto the barrel here. Otherwise you can buy breeches in steel or brass, left or right handed. And I would actually prefer a left hand bolt on this. If you're doing rifle, then yeah, bolt on the right's fine. But on here, bang, yeah, I'd rather have a left hand. So safety off. Let's just hear it go off one more time. Yeah, no, just joking. So carrying on around the weapon, we have got a indentation on each side for the thumb, which is nice if you're left or right handed, so it's comfortable either way. On the front we have the tube here. This is where we load our CO2. So CO2 will go in like so, and then breech plug goes, not breech plug, the tube plug, but I'm not going to load that in just yet. You can get this bolt or cylinder, nut, whatever you want to call it, in brass. You can get this rear one here in brass. The rear sight is actually reversible, so you can either have the trench there, or if you flip it you can actually have a peephole. Front sight is just a blade. There's no dot, there's no paint, there's no whatchamacallit, fibre optic on there. It's a bit of a shame, but I don't know whether it's the light. No, it's the light I had there. So yeah, you can get this lined up pretty well, but I reckon that peephole will be better. Then of course we've got the barrel shroud or bracket. Again, you can get this in a multitude of colours, anodized or blooming whatever. You can take this off and you can get some nice little like flash adapters, which look pretty cool. Again, anodized in all sorts of colours. And that's about it really. Plastic pistol grips, again, highly modifiable. There are loads of these on the market. You can even take these ones off and put the rifle stock on. That's about £45. So even though it's still a pistol, you can still bring it in and fire it a bit like a... The best thing I've seen aftermarket is Grav Mag. Grav Mag fits on the steel breeches, all these original breeches. In fact, the original one gives you an option to keep the sights on the back and front, and the Picatinny rail on here. But it's a little 3D printed, English company, a 3D printed magazine with a little tube that comes off the side, and you literally load the pellets in. Bang, bang, bang. 5 rounds for this type and 9 rounds for the metal breech types. So that's pretty cool. Really nothing else to mention on this at the moment. If you take this grip cover off, take out the little nuts, you can easily get to the sear, replaceable, or polish it up for a better trigger pull. There's a trigger spring in there. You can get those adjustable. So there's loads and loads of aftermarket kit available for this gun, but 5.5 foot-pounds, it is serial numbered. 5.5 foot-pounds, that's going to be a rat stopper. I would like a better front sight on it actually. Guns are not kept in the shed overnight. That doesn't stay up here, the one up on the shelf. Ammunition is kept locked away in my cupboard, and the guns are kept in the house. I do keep a small amount of ammunition in the house for ratting, so I don't have to keep running up here to get it, but only a very small quantity. So to load the weapon, we'll put the CO2 in first, keep that safer. So we'll unscrew this, I want to keep calling it a breech plug. We'll unplug this air cylinder plug. We'll slide in our CO2 cartridge. We'll get this back on. When you feel it, there you go, I can feel some pressure there. So now what we'll do is we'll load it. Safety on. Safety's on. There is a red band on the other side to show it's in fire, but it ain't that brilliant. So push it back into safe. So drop your pellet in. Now there are certain types of pellet you can't use on these. I think the Sabo type can't be used. So there's certain types you can't use. So we'll take the safety off and we'll fire at our little target over in the corner there. I can't really see that front sight because there's not enough light. That fired. I can see the pellet as well. So let's just go and get that. Now I don't know whether that's getting enough air or not. Get a bit more turn on there. This is actually reloadable, believe it or not, and it might have just been the first shot. It's the first shot ever, so it might have just been a bit weak getting the pistons and whatnot, or the gas flow moving. So we'll try it again. That's better. Now that went bang. So it was probably just the first shot, or that CO2 wasn't sealed up far enough. It is a manual safety, so recock it. You can do it with one hand. I put a yellow sticker on there, so I'm not actually aiming for the bullseye, I'm going to aim for the yellow sticker. Oh boy, that hit the yellow sticker. Yeah, this has got a wee bit of a kick to it. Not a lot, but you certainly know you pulled the trigger. There is a little bit of information coming back from the gun to say you fired it. Safety off. So I'm going to aim at the same spot. Oh, such a little kick on there. That's lovely. I absolutely adore this. I've had the ratcatcher version with the buttstock on before, so this shouldn't be anything new to me. Keep your finger off the trigger. This is a great little pistol. I'm going to fire just up over here. Oh boy, this thing's pretty good. I mean, that's aiming, firing where I'm aiming. Oh, I do like this. How many have I fired? It's on the thingy. I reckon that was 4. This will be 5. I'm going to try and keep count of the shots to see, because I think 25-30 shots and you're pretty much out of money as far as the CO2 goes. 25-30 and you're going to be dropping shots and the accuracy's going to go out. So this is absolutely flipping banging compared to the Gamo P25. That's only about 2 foot-pounds, 1.5, 2 foot-pounds, I guess. I'm going to put one just below that one. Oh, and it did. Yes, this is awesome. This is bloody excellent. Oh, I like that. And it's not really that slow to reload, but if you bear in mind, you're picking up pellets, you're dropping them in. Now, think about grav mag. Literally, safety off. Literally a case of bang, 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 oh, bang. I could actually, let's try the decocking while we're on air in there. So bolts back, pull the trigger, release the bolt forwards, and you'll notice there was no air release there. It's cocked, but we'll let it slide forwards gently. No release of air. I'll do one dry fire, cocked, and there we go. So this is the Crosman 2240. I would say target and or pest control. I mean, this is a budget pistol. The closest comparison I can think of would either be the, I think it's an SMK CP1. CP1M is a multi-shot, but the CP1M, it's got nice wooden grips. Other than that, there ain't a lot of difference between them. The power's the same. It has got all the writing down the side here etched in, but thankfully they've done it tastefully, and if that camera will pick it up, there you can see it's kind of obscured. You don't really notice it unless you're close up. So that's all you have. This is not a toy, warnings and whatnot. Like I say, multiple upgrades possible for this. I can't see how you'll do the windage. I suppose you just undo that screw and do it, or you can turn it left or right. But yeah, that screw. So let's have a look at undoing the screw. So let's have a look at these sights. So there you go, you can slide that left and right, and the elevation will be on the back screw. So I think we should just put that back roughly where it was, because it was pretty much on the money. We'll have an aim at something and see if we can hit it, and then we'll swap that reticule over. There we go, that's in. Aim, let's go for that top target. That ain't far off. So I think that one's going to want the little screwdriver, and there's a little screw on here. Now that sight is currently, is there any easy way of turning it without taking that screw up too far? No, the screw's got to come up too far. So we turn it around like this, 180 degrees, pop the screw back in, try and get it a bit twisty on my fingers. Okay, now we've gone magnetic. So is that roughly where it was before? I think so. So now we've got a peephole there, as opposed to that trench or trough or whatever at the bottom. So you can see the light coming through the peephole. So we'll actually do a shooting video with this tomorrow in daylight, and I'll upload a separate video. So an actual shooting video which would do I think 10 and 15 yards to start with. Like I say, these are my new favourite pellets at the moment, or my pellet of choice is the BSA Interceptor. 2.2s with tins of 250, 177 tin of 500. They're 1 gram in weight and 15.43 grain. And the 177s are 0.51 gram in weight and 7.87 grain. So basically, the 177s are half the weight, half the grain. So for this episode, that's me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will put a link for the Hatsan 25 up with Andy's airgun reviews online, or on air rather, AAR on air. This I absolutely love. For £100 pistol,
it's absolutely no effort at all. Bearing in mind with the Hatsan 25, it is a Springer and it's a little bugger to cock, especially if you watch Andy's review. The only downside with this one is when that air cylinder runs out and you ain't got no more, the fun stops. But yeah, can I recommend this? Well, from previous versions of this weapon that I've owned and the enjoyment I've already had out of this one, I could wholly recommend it. Crosman 2240 pistol. I so need to get myself a chronograph, but I can completely say you wouldn't be disappointed if you had one of these. Thanks for watching, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I shall see you in the next episode of Down the Shed when we'll be firing this bad boy. Hello, darling. It's a good girl.